Matt, if we come to you for a second, um, when we're thinking about kind of where parents can start in terms of thinking about, um, maybe beginner games or games for different age groups of children, where would you recommend people starting? Is there a particular console that you think is like a really kind of good one to start with because it's easy access and there's lots of features, or
Honestly, it both places. I wouldn't necessarily go straight to PC gaming. It's quite complicated. It requires a bit of a larger budget. It requires a bit more knowledge about gaming systems, how gaming systems work, and just PCs in general. I would
Mm.
look to the consoles. So specifically, I would look potentially at the PlayStation or the Xbox, just because they've got a more array of games than something like the Switch. The Switch hasn't got games specifically for blind people at the moment or blind children. They haven't kind of broken into the blind accessible market on the Switch yet.
Okay.
They are getting better, like James said this year with the iteration of the Switch 2. You've seen the addition of screen reader at the base on the operations level of the Switch 2. But with the PlayStation Xbox, like James said, there's titles that are there that can be played by totally blind gamers,
Hmm.
and they have got some age ones. So, for example, like James said, you've got Forza, so that's a racing game. On the PlayStation, I think you do have a bit more of a wider range, including titles like Spider-Man. So, Spider-Man 2 is a blind accessible title,
Mm.
and it's again Spider-Man. It's a lot more age appropriate. It's still got that action element of beating up bad guys, but it's not quite as graphic as The Last of Us 2. That again's got things like navigation assistance, cutscene audio description, menu narration, and things like that. So that's quite a good title to use as an
So is that
example.
is that just like a mainstream game that they've got that
Yeah,
has accessibility features and
yeah.
it's
So
not
that's
like a
a triple. That's
specific?
what we would call in the industry and as gamers, it's a triple A title. It's one of the
Okay.
biggest games that's going to be out that year.
Hmm.
So they launched that in October 24. And then in January 2025, they released a big patch for it, which included loads of accessibility features for blind gamers.
That's brilliant because just as you've said that, it's just occurred to me that on maybe not so much now, but on DVDs you can normally see a little symbol that to say that it has audio description on it. Is there a similar thing on games? Is there something
There
we should be looking for?
So there is the what we call the store tags.
Mm.
So each operating system has its set of own tags. They are supposed to be coming under one banner, which is being known as the ESA tags. But even under that banner, if you Google ESA accessibility tags, that comes up with a website which tells you what the tags are,
Mm.
and then you can use that to navigate the storefronts, so you know what tags mean what.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, if you go onto the stores on Xbox and PlayStation, you can see what games have got what we call accessibility tags. And some of the tags, for examples, are things like large text sizes,
Okay.
screen reader friendly, cutscene audio description. Actually, part of my job is we work with game studios to go through their titles and help them work out what tags they've got. So
Mm.
yeah, it's quite helpful. It's actually really helpful before you make a purchase. But there's also websites out there such as Can I Play That? Do reviews for games that give
Mm.
show you exactly what the game's got in terms of accessibility options. They do a wide range of games, and there is a website that forgotten the name of, and that's going to bug me. And it's a database, accessible games database. Sorry.
Mhm.
And if you go on that, you can then look at what games are available with specific tags. You can literally search through what games have been released, what games they've gone through, and you can
Yeah.
look down to the I've got it set so it looks for my things, which is like high contrast modes, large texts. Um, can you?
That's Yeah. Someone's just asking if you can filter by age on those databases.
I don't think you can. You can on the console stores. So on the console stores, you can filter by PEGI rating, but I
Mm.
on the accessible games one, you can't, as far as I'm aware. But that's a great place to start. You can use that in tandem alongside what you've been doing on the other places. Unfortunately, there's not a place for everything at the moment, but you can go onto the
Mm.
Able game as well. It's going to bug me now not remembering the name. I will
Is
find the
it
name.
maybe Family Gaming Database? Is that the
Family
one?
Gaming Database is a really good place to look for suitable games for ages,
Yeah.
isn't it? And then you've got one that lists the accessibility features. It's quite new. It's still in its beta So yeah,
That's
just
brilliant. And I think what we can do is we can kind of list all these different links and stuff
yeah.
afterwards and send them out to everyone. That's brilliant. Thank you.